Okay. Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the podcast of Action Require Media. Here we are dedicated to discussing hard truths and finding remedies for our problems. On this platform, we will stay engaged on all happenings in Mama Liberia, not limited to politics, religion, development, economy, security, crimes, war on illegal drugs, employment, youth, growth, and food production. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching and listening to Action Require Media. Here we educate, entertain, and empower. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please like and share our show. Please like and share our show. We'd like to hear from you. Please comment. And also, if you want to be a part of this body, please let us know and we can reach out to you. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please like and share our show. Today, we're going to be discussing serious issues relating to Mama Liberia. At this time, I will go to my fellow panelists here for introductions, and then after that, we're going to do um, our topics, and then we're going to go directly into our discussions. Again, we are here discussing Mama Liberia. At this time, I would like to welcome my brother. He's been out for a while, Sergeant Montgomery. Montgomery, can you introduce yourself for us, please?
Well, let me
Don't
say good
forget for us
evening.
to grow.
We will.
Yeah, again, let me say good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you guys are watching us from. I've been away from this show for a while. It's good to be back. Uh, Also, let me say hi to all my fellow panelists. I look forward to a very fruitful show. Thank you for having me, CEO.
Thank you. Thank you. And at this time, we'll turn it over to Brian Sly.
Again, my name is Brian. It's an opportunity to be here. I'm a writer, script writer, and it's something I've not done in a while. But naturally, I am a writer, and I'm hoping to have a better show today, and we to discuss issues about our country, Liberia. Thank you for having me.
Th- Thank you. Now we'll go on to Brother Edwin. Brother Edwin.
All right. Thank you guys. All the people that are watching and commenting, I was reviewing. In the background, I'm always trying to review our stuff. We got one video that hit almost 1K views, so there's a progress there. It's like a 889 view. So people are watching. We appreciate it. Um, Comrade Sergeant, we're sending you all the love, all the strength. I know you don't want to back down for debate and stuff. So I know you're Silesian, which I don't agree with, but you always, show up for debate. So I appreciate it. I'm wishing you all the strength and everything. My name is Edwin. I'm an overseer of Common Sense in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Edwin. At this time, we'll turn it over to Dr. Wallow. Dr. Wallow.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Always a pleasure to be here. Thank you, CEO, and good afternoon, gentlemen. CEO, how awesome it could have been if Liberia was part of the World Cup that is being hosted by the United States, Mexico, and Canada. At least for our flag to fly in a World Cup. Every Liberian is looking forward to that. But the World Cup has been great so far. The United States did great. Yeah, but I'm rooting for all the African teams. Okay, besides South Africa. But I'm looking forward to this show. And thank you guys for those of you that continue to follow our show. For those of you that continue to share the show, thank you. We appreciate it. Continue to do that. And we also look forward to your comments as well. Let's have a good show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. And again, I'm Brother Joseph Brown, your host. So, gentlemen, welcome on this Sunday. I know everybody is following the World Cup, and what a tremendous performance by the U.S. national team. That was great. That was awesome performance, and maybe we might talk about that later on during the show. Um, Again, I'm going to run through the topics, but before we go through the topics, we'll ask for our opening prayer, and at this time, we will ask Sergeant Montgomery to give us our opening prayer.
All right, let us pray. Father and God, we thank you. Thank you for giving us a good day. Pray, Lord, as we are about to discuss issues that confront our country. Take control, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you will excuse my background noise. I'm outside, so
It's okay. All right. So gentlemen, topics for discussion today. Um, Drugs arrested at Liberia's international airport, RIA. What is happening in Little America today? How long will it take for the airport road to be completed? Should it be a priority? Now, again, these are questions and topics we are going to be discussing today. We may not go in order, but we're going to discuss the first priority we're going to discuss is the airport road construction. Okay. And I'm going to show a screen here so we all can see. And I think I posted this in the group chat. Gentlemen, um, as you all know, um, Liberia's major highway runs from the RIA to Monrovia, and also you have the Kagata Highway. We have never had a 2 lane, 3 lanes highway in Liberia. And again, look, this is very important for Liberia development and easy access from counties to counties and from neighboring countries as well. Now, let us look at the dream work. Even though under President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, she talks about the road network in Liberia, but her government did not fund the highway road from the airport to EAW Junction under her government, but it was under President George Manawia who saw it as very important to have an expansion of Liberia's highway to make easy flow from the airport, from other counties, um, very pleasant for dignitaries that are entering the country to have easy access to Monrovia and around Monrovia. Now, if we look at this project, in its detail, in its totality, we see that the total cost to complete the road was about $116 million, and the initiative started on again, like I said, on a President George Manawia here, and I think road network, any kind of a construction that is going to beautify the country and bring some of facelift to the country should be a national agenda, and it should be a continuity of government project. Now, if we look at this highway, and I know many of you here have been to Liberia and seeing that the international airport, the only international airport access to the capital city, the road is very, very, very terrible and deplorable as well. And from people from outside, neighboring country, let's say Ghana, let's say Nigeria, the Ivory Coast, a lot of Liberians have traveled and see what a road network looks like. Now, coming back to your own country and seeing that, and it bothers you to know that why do we have a government and we have a role like this? And most times you have the president traveling monthly, okay? I'm gonna say weekly on that road, day and night. So looking at the airport road. And like I say again, it was under George Weah government. But if you also look at when they started the groundbreaking, all right. So this article right here talks about it was just the audit. Liberia paid Chinese road contractors 1.15 million without required paperwork. Can't account for 578,000 and more. Now, it talks briefly about the agreement between both parties. You know, so before I go into other stuff to talk about the audit or the construction of the extension of the four lane highway, um, I will give you guys the opportunity to, if you have any comment right now, you can state your comment, and then we're gonna go, in details about the importance of why this road is needed, and we can go forward from there. And about it.
See, I beg to go first. I don't know. I was getting some background, some static. I don't know. Is this from my end? Or am I audible enough,
Yes,
guys?
Montgomery, your video,
Yeah,
your
Montgomery
volume
is
is
you.
really, really terrible.
And say you want to go in and
Terrible,
come
man.
back.
Okay. All
I
right.
can't
Let me
hear
switch
you.
my station.
Yeah,
Let me
go in
switch
and
my.
come back. Or use the earpiece. All right, Dr. Waller. Anything you want
Yeah.
to say on this before we?
Yes. Thank you, CEO. So when we say that the Liberian government is not really serious about developing a country, this is one of the examples, right? Um, the groundbreaking was done by President We are former President We are 2001. We
Yep.
are in 2026, right? A 45-kilometer road, which is approximately 28 miles
Yep.
from ERWA junction to the airport. 28 miles. CO 28,
That's pretty short.
not 128, not 300. 28 miles road.
Yes.
Since 2001, groundbreaking was done. We can't complete a road that, according to that article, that is 116 million dollars.
Yep.
Initially it was 94.5 million, but it keep going up. It keep going up. And then look at what the article says, right? The road, the part of the road that have been done and finished with
No
is
sidewalk.
fully done. There are
Yep.
cracks on the road. It has not even been completed yet, but there are cracks on the road. Okay, poorly done. You see, that is what they call government that is now serious about developing a country. Look, I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. As long as the government, I'm talking about the Liberian government, I'm not talking about the Bwaka administration or the George Weah administration, I'm talking about the Liberian government. As
Yes.
long as our governments continue to make decisions on politics, let's do this so we will be able to have something to talk about in the next election. That will always be the result we're going to get from Liberians. Okay, we don't make decisions, or our government don't make decisions based on based on the importance of the project, right? They do it based on politics, or Georgia is doing a role, President Bwaka is doing a role, just for them to get something to talk about. Okay, a 28 months role. We have not been able to complete it in 5 years. That is a disgrace. That is a disgrace. Look, people that come to the Royal International Airport, that drive through that road to go to Morovia, that is their first experience with the country. So that place That place is a national image. It projects a national image. Okay, when people come and they travel on that road and they see how it is looking like, it tells them everything about the country. Okay, one of the things it tells about the country is this country is so fixy that it cannot even construct its own roads. The government is so messed up. And I don't know why Liberian can be angry about that. We are better than that. Okay, we are too better than that. We are too decent for us to be doing things like that. But you know what? That does not reflect all Liberians. It reflects our government. Our government, we don't have serious people. Okay? And I'm talking about the Unity Party and the CDC government. We don't have serious people. And as long as we
Okay.
continue to vote these two parties, that will be the result of our country.
Uh,
The perpetual disgrace of the country. That's exactly what we're going to get as
okay.
Liberians.
Thinking that the water, Brian. Let me hear from you. I know you did experience traveling on that road sometimes. You know, about a year or two ago. What was your experience? And based on your experience, what would you say uh, is the problem, or could be, or what can you identify as a serious issue pertaining to that construction being halted or being, taking a long time to be completed?
When I landed Rabat International Airport, it was literally in the night, and they had a huge flashlight, and
What?
that was a joke. I'm telling you, yeah, they had a huge flashlight because the electricity have gone off, and so they had a huge flashlight, and then later on they brought in the generator, and then you get it on the road. You on the road, the road is so terrible, and Dr. Waller just said it. How this is the international airport from the Rawa International Airport, and then leaving, you getting on the road that actually, if anybody leaving or entering the country, the first impression, if the first impression said to the airport is the airport, then the road, the both are just joke. And sometimes you wonder, you kind of wonder, like, okay, is these people here, the people that are here, that are working here, or the government, are they not actually seeing this place? Do they not travel?
Mm.
Do they not travel to go to other places and see that? Okay, when you enter places like, most of the time, like, we go to Ghana, even the Sierra Leone, you go to the places that you see the first thing that you're supposed to see to enter in our country. The whole thing it sickens you, and like, even if you had the ability to say, let me just turn around and just go back. That was the impression that I got. And I was telling to my brother-in-law, I said, Papi, what is really going on, man? How? I was wondering, because it's not like certain part of everything out, like. And the article you just sent, it was surprising that the process started 2020, or 5 years ago, and up to now we can complete a 44 or 45
Yeah.
kilometer road.
You're
Wow.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
That's
Slack.
amazing.
So, brother Edwin, I know your criticism is going to be very harsh, but again, that's why we're here to talk about issues pertaining to this country. So, what would be your overall assessment about
How do
the?
you know I'm not about to say something beautiful about the country? Why are you trying to tear me up?
I know you.
Satan's running like bro.
Hmm.
Satan running like bro. Um, for some reason in our country, when it comes to economic, the population, the populace is so susceptible to misinformation. Let me take you back real quick. 1979, April 12th, the rice riot, right? So that rice riot, it came from the prices of rice being raised, and Bacchus Matthew a progressive at the time, he had a bright idea. He doesn't know anything about economics. That he could put the price of rice to $9 and including shipping and everything from America here to Liberia. That's what he told the people. So he ginned up the population that he has the bright idea to make the rice, how you call it, cheaper. Now, if you're a regular person, you say, "Why Bagas Market is on my side?" He really want rice to be cheap, right? What Toba was doing is he was doing the reverse. Toba was increasing the prices of rice to force Liberian people to grow their own rice so they can eat their own rice. That's what you are increasing the prices for. But when you look at it on picture the way Baga Masi he saw himself like he about to save the people. Even when you look at Hurricane Katrina in 2005 in New Orleans, when Hurricane Katrina happens over there, all the hotels, that prices went up more than 6 times. When you look at it, you say, well, these hotel people trying to con people. But it's an economic 101. They're trying to increase the prices for the night instead of $100 to $600 because one person with a lot of money can rent all the hotel. Because he's going to think, he said the thing needs to be 1 time. Why is it 5 times? So you're going to, instead of him buying 10 rooms, he can buy 1 room. Then other people will have chances. Then he start thinking about putting airbag on the floor and stuff in an emergency situation. It's economic 101. But our people are so susceptible. So with their role fixing stuff, it was saying they have 578K that is unaccounted for the Chinese people and stuff. People that do stuff, they just do it. If you go deep down into that contract, the Liberian people are not paying. They took the money. And they're trying to use the Chinese people as a scapegoat. Who the hell goes to a road contract with a foreign government without having regular papers? Does that make sense to you? China, that we know that is very organized, that have their way of doing things. You think they're gonna go into any contractor thing with a foreign government without contract and break down some things? The people were due because they were not pay, they were not holding back that on the side of the things. Rawafi Highway has been Rawafi Highway. Nobody should be telling the Liberian government to beautify the first entrance to the country. Nobody should, it should be common sense. It should be common sense. People can get encouraged or discouraged by landing on your airport. If you bring business people over there, they over there in the night with flashlight. And you start rethinking your deal. You say, well, it's also signing deal with the people about how they're operating like this. This is supposed to be the first entrance to anything. So, first impressions. Liberia was never like this. Liberian people are more capable. We have immoral people, how you call it, running the government. We expect them to interpret stuff the correct way. Liberian people say, you not see that there? A corruption.
Okay. Thank you, brother Edwin. And let's take a little bit further. Let's delve into this stuff a little bit more. So the completion, the deadline for this was, it was supposed to be on April 30th, 2024. That was supposed to be the deadline when I wrote was supposed to be done. Don't get me wrong. The initiative is good. 4 lanes highway. Okay. But the paperwork and the contract between the Ministry of Public Works and this Chinese company is called East International Group. Okay. So that is the company that took the contract from Liberia. Now, if you go through the audit, there are some issues were brought out in about this audit, during the audit. Sidewalk, overhead breaches, you know, connecting from the military barrack on the highway. There should be a cross overhead, and I think it was four major ones that were supposed to be included in there. Now there was a little bit conflict between the contract and what was needed or added to the contract. And maybe that's why that the word was saying it was 94 million and now it went up to 116. So some of the things were talked about. Now, the projected time now for that road to be completed is scheduled to be April 30th, 2027. We're almost there. But I just came back not too long ago. I didn't see any construction going on over there. It was all halted. Okay. And especially it's very dangerous. And I can advise anybody. And learn at the airport at nighttime and trying to leave the airport to get to Monrovia at nighttime, you're doing that at your own risk. Very risky to drive on a road. Even daylight, daytime is risky. Then you talk about nighttime driving. Look, it's a shame to the government, okay? Not to the Liberian people. The Liberian people deserve better, and they deserve a better governance. Now we have group of people
Hello.
elected by the Liberian people who are not
Mm-hmm.
doing justice to the
I'll
country.
be there. I'll be there
I got a mute.
4:45. I'll be there
Brian,
4:45.
you can mute yourself. Yes. So it's a little bit. I don't want us to go in depth into this because the blame here is not the Liberian people, it's the government. How shameful can this be? Or how regretful will you feel? Shameful at a time that you invite a dignitary. You invite dignitaries. And it's happening in Liberia. You go and welcome these people at the airport and take them on your highway going towards the capital city. Look, these people should be ashamed of themselves. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest here. I think we should call it the way we should call it. They should be ashamed of themselves. The Liberian people vote them into office to transform Liberia. And this is happening. Look, Joia initiative were awesome. Look, if we read it, it's awesome. About 4 lanes highway. It's gonna have this, it's gonna have that. I appreciate the fact that he initiated this. Okay. But again, it depends on the Ministry of Public Works and whoever was involved into signing those contracts. Look, I think sometimes too we need to bring some independent auditors into the country, and maybe things might work differently. When I mean, you know, let's be transparent to the Liberian people, and also I think these companies too they do have um, an obligation to the public, to the general public. If I receive, if I supposed to receive 116 million for a road project, and I only got fraction of that, I want to be clear to the public. I want to be clear to the media. I want to let them know, hey, this is what I got from this project to to execute this road.
For you not to have another project again ever.
Well,
Business people
that's
don't
fine.
operate that way.
I'd, ra-
No,
I'd
no,
rather
no,
be
no.
transparent than
Yeah,
than,
well,
than what
transparent.
happened
No,
now.
the people. No, see, let me tell you something. Those people are business people. They are running their business. Okay, they take contract from the government, from the Liberian government. It's the Liberian government that should be transparent with the Liberian people, not a businessman or a business entity. Okay, it's the Liberian government that should be honest and transparent with the Liberian people because they are the one that are representing us. The business people don't represent us. We voted them for them to represent our best interest. We didn't vote for business people. The business people are doing business to get profit. But I don't talk about corruption. You know what these people do? They give contract to these people and they follow after the money. Give me certain percentage. And when they get the when they take money from these people, then the people do a very poor quality job.
Yeah,
Within just few months, you see cracks. In in the road.
So
You see everything is just,
yeah,
just getting,
that the-
getting destroyed just within no time.
yeah. So that the
See,
water. Let
by
me.
the time you leave the airport, by the time you leave the airport, right? 2 or 3 minutes drive from Robert International Airport.
Yeah, the
Two
bumpy
or three
roads.
minutes drive. You go to what? Flemington Hotel.
Yeah.
Look at that hotel. How beautiful and how strategically that hotel is situated. But by the time you leave Flemington Hotel, get on the road.
Oh, that's it. Your experience
Then
become
you
worse.
say, wait a
So
minute,
so
why am I in this country?
yeah.
Where am I? By the time you leave that hotel, you get on the road that is leading to our capital city. You think the people get shame? They
No,
really don't
no.
have shame. They travel to different countries. Okay, they drive on beautiful roads. When they go back home, what happens? The corruption clock their brain. Okay, when
So that
Edwin
the
said
water.
that,
Let me let me say something real quick. So doing the audit, it shows that um um some of the things found during the project, they said no traffic signs, no guardrails, and no street lights. Okay, on certain part of the road. Now, the road has already been showing structural defects. So, found a lot of cracks, a lot of stuff in the roads. Now, so again, look, I don't know what to say. How can we get the government of Liberia to move to really enact and do some deliverables, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Again, gentlemen, let's conclude on this real quick. So at this time, uh, Brian, let's get to you. I mean, from what we just did, reviewing this audit, what are some suggestions or recommendation you can bring to the table? What would be your advice to the Liberian people or the Liberian government based on what you have seen and what you have read?
Oh, from what I've seen and read so far, I think the best that can be done so that because the fact of the matter, the money that I will even use to build that road is loan uh from ECOWAS, and I think the House of Senate should get involved as soon as possible and have those people concerned on the construction of the road. If they have to bring the Ministry of Public Works and then the construction company to book by hearing from them what is obtaining, in the construction of that road, that needs to be done and ASAP too, because you can have a particular road structure going for that amount of time with the amount of money put into it, and up to now we can't have something tangible that people will look at and say, yeah, this is good. And that is really that bad business, really really bad business. So we need to I think the Senate need to get involved right away. And if the Senate need to get involved, well-meaning librarians in the Senate call these people to book, and do it, dive into that situation and find out what is up to, what is going on, and then get the facts so that what needs to be done can be done the soonest possible time.
All right, thank you, Brian. So the same go to Edwin, and then Dr. Wallow, brother Edwin.
I still can't fathom when the government is taking on a big project. I still can't fathom what it cannot reveal a comprehensive plan to the public. Maybe you put like a billboard up. This is the time frame and stuff. They do these things in the background, so through innuendos because they are trying to do some corruption and stuff. That whole Ralphie era, I was born in Dennis Hill between Habel and Smith. This was right in the middle. I was born right in Dennis Hill. I know that whole place. I can take you from E to Junction right now. I haven't been over there for 21 years. I can take you from E to Junction, go to Drazon, go to Cameron Tester, go to Shuffling Town, and take you all the way to the airport. If we had a comprehensive plan, they will tell you the people that live along the roads how many are gonna. We're talking about 4 lanes, so all the people that live along the road, how they gonna compensate them? It doesn't tell you. They don't spell out anything. So there's no clarity. If there anywhere there's no clarity, there's a room for corruption. They're just doing stuff. There's no clarity. They don't vote on it. They don't argue about it. They don't pull up billboard. They're just doing stuff. They want to surprise you with rule. So you work out the money is a brand new rule, or there's no rule, or the money was divided in the background. These are
Okay.
unserious people.
Thank.
These are very unserious people. Anybody that want to solve that problem will come up with a comprehensive plan. They're gonna spell out how they're gonna compensate the people that live along the road for them to widen the road for it to reach even 4 lane to come through all the bit. They're gonna spell it out brick by brick in a simple terms. They're gonna tell you that. And they're gonna put out a billboard, they're gonna put a time frame up. The Liberian government does not do that. They're doing it behind the scene because they either want to surprise you or they want to use Chinese people as a scapegoat that stole our money. Are you kidding me? Don't we have asphalt? We have asphalt in our country. We have petroleum in our country for a little bit. The glue that you use to hold the roads together, they'll have the water. Sometimes you use corn residue. Why are we not even training our own Liberian people, Liberian kids? Again, Liberian people are very capable. We got very smart people in our country. Why are we not using them? Why we can bring the Chinese people to teach them since we haven't done it? Why are we not using that Third Street road over there from Fresh Street to Third Street or whatever to the agriculture? So that Liberian beginning lay that road. I used to live in Singar. Liberian beginning lay the road over there. So when you see all these zigzag, it's a corruption trick. It's a very easy way to give you heart attack. Very easy way to give you heart attack.
Okay. Thank you, brother Edwin and Tadawolo.
Uh, CEO, you you think that role has not been fixed or have not been completed because there is no money? I don't think so. I don't think it's because of lack of money. Okay, it's been 5 years now. We cannot, as a country, raise $116 million to complete that role. Within few months, they were able to raise $10 million to give it to Joseph Boga to carry to Foyer and build an infrastructure that, according to them, that they are bidding for peace for the sub-region when the sub-region have not requested a hall or a place for peace. But they were able to raise $10 million in few months and carry to Foyer for them to build that place. I know you want me to recommend what needs to be done. I can only recommend one thing. Look, the problem is not money issue. The problem is management, it's leadership. So my only recommendation is vote them out. Vote them out. Let all of them be voted out. I think if my brother Brian was talking about the Senate. Brian, you're right. Look, the current president pro tempore, Youngly, husband, died on that road. If it was a serious country, she could have made that as a legacy project for her husband death. But anybody cares? People don't care. Her husband died on that road. With the thousands of people that have died on that road as a result of the condition of that road. But her husband, I'm talking about the pro tempore. Her husband died on that road. That alone, she's in a position of power. She's at the place where she can influence the national budget. She has oversight responsibilities. She has lawmaking responsibility. She has representation responsibility. Is she using any of that? Is she using her influence to at least make sure that what happened to her husband should not happen to any Liberian? No, she's not doing that. Look, it's not a lack of money. See, it's not a lack of money. It's the lack of leadership, management. That's it. And our country will continue to go through these series of unfortunate situation because when it comes to the leadership of our country, we put what we can get now first, or what you can give me now. You can give me $20, I'll vote for you. You can give me a burger, I'll vote for you. And then when they give you the $20, they give you the burger rights. You don't have electricity. You don't have running water. You don't have roads. Your children don't have chairs to sit on in school. Then you complain. Shut up! You are doing this to yourself. You are doing this to your country. You sell your vote for $20, and then the next 6 years you hallow in poverty and suffering. It is not madness. That's complete madness. We need to change the way we think about our country. My only recommendation: vote them out. They don't deserve to be where they are. They were able to raise $10,000 to build a place in Foya that nobody needs. The face of the country, the image of the country, they abandon it in the name of they are doing audit or XYZ. That's complete nonsense, man.
Tyler, what? These are now unfortunate situations. These are fortunate. I'm sorry. They're now unfortunate.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for your points on these topics. So this is what I can say. All right, like I said, government do have responsibility, okay, to its nation and its people. For one fact, our government officials, most of them, if not the entire government, have traveled internationally to another country, be it West African nation or European nations. They have seen it all and can't tell me or tell anyone that they have not seen development in another country. Okay? So the fact that they have traveled and seen development around the world, it should be concerning to them coming home and saying that they can they cannot implement some of these development they have seen in another country. And that is frustrating, to be honest with you. Uh, we just have one of our brothers that just joined us, Brother Titus, about to bring him on real quick, um, so we all can get into the conversation here. I know it's been a while since we seen our brother here, but again, let me let me get Titus join us real quick so
What did you
we
pull
can
Tyler from the bushes today?
you come and see the man, you know.
Do you guys hear me?
Yeah, we have you, Titus. All right, Titus, right there. There you
Maybe Tyler have the receipt for the road thing. That's why he came here. He said, "Let me come back to some
Why can't
go.
come and defend Unity Party? You come and tell us why it is good for them not to finish that project. That what I mean come and tell us
so 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 gentlemen, so like I was saying, right, it's a shame to the government, and like Dr. Water said, I'm not trying to uh pinpoint, a specific political party to the wall here. I'm referring to the government, all right, be it CDC or UP or whoever political parties you are from. you know I think is disgraceful, is shameful that they would bring dignitaries into the country and look at their own country airports road to be terrible, but they are now working on transforming the country or trying to change the facelift of that nation. Like Dr. Waller said, he recommended they be voted out. I think they should be ashamed of themselves, and most of them should just retire, just get out. If you can't implement, just get out. Get out if you don't want to work for the government. If you don't want to work for the Liberian people, get out of the seat and let serious minded people come in and participate and do something better for the country. How many times we gonna have electricity problem at the airport? How many times can these things be repeated for us to know that it's serious and it must be fixed? Again, look, the Liberian people are doing the best they can. They have seen and trusted the government, but many times the government officials have failed them over and over and over again. And it's frustrating. And the only thing Liberian people know how to do is to get back to the ballot box in 6 years and see how best they can re-elect or maybe elect the people that can transform that nation. So I know Brother Tatas wasn't here, but I gave Brother Tatas a little bit of time. We're talking about the airport road construction under George Weah government and now presently on the Boycott government. We're talking about the experiences we have had, you know, driving on a road and seeing, our officials also driving on a road. And the project has been prolonged and there is no significant development happening. Just for a 45-kilometer stretch of a road that should take maybe about maybe 30, 45 minutes drive has been extended to a long period of time to
Is that
to
sound
drive.
coming from your background, Taras?
Yes.
Let me watch it
Can
again.
can you lower it a little bit?
All right, so Titus, let you come. Okay, he can just put his sound down. That's all.
Volume 60, 55, 51, 46, 40,
All right.
37, 31, 27,
So while Titus is trying to figure out his system,
Can you guys hear me now?
yeah, we're hearing you, but the TV is a little bit loud.
Sam, can you lower it a little more?
All right. So I know you've been following. Um, we're just going to give you a time to speak to the effect or to what the discussion we have having. All right. So you're welcome, brother.
Yeah, it's good to be back. And happy to see Dada Wallo and my good brother on the other side. Um, I know you guys been having some holidays. It's always been like ANC. You guys just uh, selling your candidate. I mean, it's a good thing. I've been following here and there, and I hear Dr. Waller saying all the nice thing about Mr. Cummings and all that. But and you guys encourage Joseph, the CEO, not to send us the link. We saw that, and we had to use our maneuvering tactics to get a link today. But however, we're gonna contribute the best way we know how. Speaking of the issue of the RIA road, to be honest, is disgraceful that it would take that length of time to get that role completed. Because I can remember 2020, 2022 when I first went to Liberia, that role project has started. And then 2023 when I took my family to Liberia as well. We got there late. I couldn't even endanger the kids and my wife's life to get on the road as well. So we had to sleep uh, uh, by the airport, and then early in the morning when it was visible enough, we embarked. Um, the Ministry of Public Works excuse has been that the initial agreement with the previous government and what you call it and East Construction. I think
Yeah.
they are the ones that had the project.
It's
Um,
international.
East International.
International, thank you, were filled with a lot of ambiguity and all kind of stuff. But it doesn't take close to 3 years to right whatever wrongs that that were embedded into that agreement to have it on course and running and prioritized because that's the gateway. Just how you look at the port of Morovia to be the gateway to the economy, that's also a gateway to our economy because when investor comes, that's the first thing they see. So if you have a very deployable role that investor coming that at one point they feel like they can't even endanger their lives on the road at night. It's a problem, and, so and I'm not gonna sit here and say they're right for doing what they're doing. That road should be priority number one, because that's the only way we have from Moravia to go, except you want to pass through 15 gate and probably go through fire to and all that. It's a lot. It takes a lot, and probably that road is not as good as well. So whatever thing that is being done, I feel like that road should have been prioritized. And if there were any ambiguity into the agreement, or it should have been looked into and rectified, and that road should have been completed by now. It's now a long stretch of road to
Yeah,
be prolonged for the length of time it has.
that's
Wait, Tata, did you just get BAFTAs?
Man, I always spoke the truth, man.
yes.
You throw
I
your
like Taras.
jersey.
Taras,
You throw
no,
your
Taras,
jersey away today. You throw
no,
your
Taras
jersey
always,
away.
no. The man always speak the truth. Don't get me wrong.
No,
I
I'm,
mean,
I'm giving Tyler a hard time. Of course, I'm giving you a
you
hard
always
time. He
speak the truth,
always,
and
even though
and
I
look,
disagree with some stuff, but he always says the truth. So
No,
no,
the
I'm
man
just
can
giving you a
always
hard time.
speak his truth, not the truth.
but his truth is the truth, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, but anyways, we're on this.
So Taras. So what would be your recommendation though? What will you be asking the government to do? I mean, can this problem can this be fixed?
Honestly, it's fixable. It's just going to the initial agreement that was held between East International and the previous government. See where the issues are, and and do whatever that needs to be done. It's all negotiation, negotiation, renegotiation, and have it fixed. That's all. And it's not like the guys are not doing the work. They are doing in bit and pieces. They are doing it,
Yeah.
but apparently they underestimated that project, and they didn't have the capacity to actually do it the way it should have been done. So so whatever way they won that bid. I mean, sometimes when you're in the water, you just have to make sure, like, okay, cool, what can we do to aid the process? Because at the end of the day, if that role is not completed by the end of this Joseph Bucker first tenor, trust me, it's now a CDC failure no more. It's a Joseph Bucker's failure, right? Because you inherited it and then you did barely nothing to make it right. Because whatever all the bad things that Josh Ria did, that people spoke of, that we spoke of, were part of the reason why Joseph Bucker was elected. So that corridor should have been number one. That the agreement there wasn't done right. Maybe the guys didn't meet the capacity, they didn't have the full capacity to do the work. How can you help them to capacitate them to do the work? Or what can you do? Or can they refund some of the money and then also some of the work to other people that have the capacity? All of these things should have been conversation, and is way long overdue. This conversation should have been held from the beginning, this government came into inception, because President Bogart drives on that road every time when he making an
Yeah.
international trip. All of the investor or would be investor drives on that road when they come in and drive on that road when they leave. So if you can just fix that road, tell me what makes you think that people want to invest their money and stuff. So I don't
CEO,
see
can
you
I
have
ask
to.
can I ask my brother Taras a question, just
Yes.
quickly?
He was still talking. Yeah, you can ask him when he done.
Yeah,
Yeah, the man
go
finished.
ahead, Alena.
Uh, uh, um, all of the things that the Unity Party, and that includes you, all of the things that the Unity Party criticize the CDC about, and now that they are in power, and if they are not able to efficiently resolve those things that they criticize the CDC, do you think that they deserve a second term?
So we barely over 2 years and a half into this government, and I
The,
can
the
tell you
question the
one
question is straightforward,
one
Taras.
second,
The
one
question
second.
is straightforward.
It's not a Not a well. It's now a yes and no question. So,
No, no.
we
I don't want you to.
we
I don't want you to say you still have time. I'm saying at the
time.
end of the first term, if they
I
are
just
not able to address those things they criticize the
But
CDC
Dr.
about,
Waller, give
do they
but
deserve
Dr.
a
Waller,
second chance?
let him have a time to explain.
what I would say to you. What I would say to you, in all honesty, is that uh there are still challenges, there are still problems, but I can safely and honestly say to you, somebody who's been back and forth and somebody who's communicating a lot with the happenings over there, bulk of the things that this government criticized the then government, the CDC government about, uh, they have a deliver on them. They can do better because
Give me one.
the fact
Give
that
me. Give me
one
one.
second, 1 second. Let me learn, please. The the fact that even if we would try to compare this government achievable to the CDC government, then we will be like setting ourselves short to what the country should be, because I can safely tell you that the CDC government took made like brought to retrogress to the place, to a dungeon, and now it takes a lot of effort when you deep down into the hole. Like say you 100 feet or 1,000 feet down in the hole, it takes a lot of efforts to come back before your head can even hit the surface. So it takes a lot of work. Can are they moving at the pace that I would love for them to move? I would tell you say no, but to be honest, there are a lot of strides being made to actually take the country to the next level, and we should identify and appreciate that. And yes, so they are doing a fantastic job.
He
Okay.
did not answer my question. The guy is not a
Thank you.
politician, but he speak like a
Thank you.
politician, man. The
Thank
man
you.
answer my question. Do they deserve
Thank
a
you.
second chance if they do not effectively address those things they
We
criticize
are
you?
in a state of government. We not. It's now a political time now. So at the comes 2028 up to 2029, you can ask the question, and I will objectively tell you that, look, I don't think Mr. Baga government deserve a second term. But now we just barely 3 years into governing, and I feel like a lot of things is being done. A lot of things are being done to rectify some of the wrongs that were done in the past. So I can
But
safely tell you that
tell
we're on
us,
the right.
I am not saying that they are not doing X, Y, Z. I am saying the question is at the end of the first term, we
So let's wait till
evaluate,
the end. Let's wait till the end, and then we can do the
or
evaluation together.
we should wait to the end.
Because
Okay.
we can preempt. We cannot preempt.
All
All
right.
right, Brian.
Thank you, brother Titus.
Let
Thank you,
me
brother Titus.
let me say
Gentlemen,
something. Let me say something real. Let me say
you gotta
something
be
real
short
quick,
so we can
Brian.
go to the next topic.
I'm always brave. I get to the point. Um,
Okay.
Titus, Dr. Waller, Brian. Our government, they don't have an ownership mindset. They have a renters mindset. A ownership mindset is you want to do something because you want to beautify your country. Like when you paint your house, you want it to look good when visitors enter. They don't have the mindset. They don't have an ownership. Let me tell you, Tyler, you just talked about that division road. There was a bridge over there behind that division road that broke during George Weah term. The kids were using it to walk over there to go to school every morning. People going back and forth. It was a focal point. Guess what? A lady had to give birth on the canoe, and somebody died before a Georgia we had connection before the first that because they wanted Firestone to pay half for that bridge because they were around the Firestone era. So these people they just going around like renters. They don't want to beautify the country because if somebody really want to beautify the country, they will find the money. They will find the money.
Okay. Thank you, brother Edwin. So Titus will come around. Will come around again, so you can have more points. To state on the issues here. So, but we want to move on to the next topic. All right, and that's includes and that's going to be the final topic for tonight. Um, we were looking at what happens most recently at the RIA International Airport. Um, the drugs that was arrested at the airport, and I want us to listen to this video, watch this video, and then we're all going to comment and see how best it. it depends on how you want to stage your analysis, stage your point. But again, we have time to talk about it. But I just want us to go through this video real quick, and we'll go from there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put the phone up. Where's
led to the intersection of 198 compressed plates of
Give me 1 second,
cocaine,
guys. Sorry.
amounting to 237.6 kilograms. The estimated value of the 237.6 kilograms of cocaine is 19,246,000, approximately 3.6 billion dollars. This shipment was destined via Brussels Airlines to England. This seizure represents one of the most significant narcotic intersections in recent history and demonstrates the effectiveness of the ongoing reform at the LDA and the investment to our intelligence-led operations and the cooperations and collaboration for interagency in the law enforcement sector. Active investigation is ongoing. Persons of interest are currently being identified in the custody of the LDA. Particulars of those in LDA custody are being withheld currently to protect the integrity and confidentiality of the investigation. Until the appropriate time, those informations on the particulars of those in our custody and other suspects linking to the drug trust will be released to the public in a very shortest period of time. The LDA remains fully committed to ensuring that every individual connected to this criminal network is identified, investigated, and prosecuted appropriately. Dr. Edmond Luca, a French forensic scientist and a criminologist, reminded us that every contact leaves a trail. Dr. Edmond Luca, a French forensic scientist and a criminologist, reminded us that every contact leaves a trail. In this era, where technology supports criminal investigations, also please be informed that this is not a regular criminal investigation. It is a transnational organized crime that has layers, that have contacts, that has surrogates, that have elements. Even a country with much more sophistication requests for time to investigate such organized crimes. All we are asking is for a time to put all our pieces of evidence together and make an informed determination. This operation sent an unequivocal message that brought a night trusted point. A marketplace, nor a safe haven for drug traffickers and criminal networks. The LDO will continue to relentlessly pursue criminal networks, secure our borders, and protect our citizens from the devastating effect of illicit drugs. I want to extend my sincere appreciation to our officers at all border points in Liberia, joint security officers and partners, airport securities and authority, and all stakeholders who professionalism, vigilance, and commitment made this June 8th operation possible. Again, together we remain resolute in safeguarding Liberia and advancing the rule of law. Say thank you. We'll go quickly to our.
All right, gentlemen, we'll start right there. I think it was a little bit more of information that was gathered from the LDEA. I don't know his name, but this is what I would say. And one thing here, I want to give a salute to the LDEA and the joint collective effort to make sure that this drugs did not leave Liberia for its final destination. Again, they did a pretty good work. It was, to me, I think I gave them 100%. Even the workers at the RIA did extremely well too as well. Now, he have saying that this is on an investigation and is also referred to as a criminal organized body, and they are trying to gather more information to be able to make sound decisions about those suspects and other people organized body that are merely uh, transporting drugs in Liberia. Again, um, this happened on June 8th, um, and that's a huge amount of drugs that was going to be headed out of Liberia's airport. Now, based on this release that we have heard, for one fact, I would say 100% thank you to the LDA and the collective effort, and that was awesome, an awesome catch. But I will have you guys come in with your views and how you guys see the release, the press release, and then we can go into depth of what was said and any other recommendations and other things then we can go through. But just based on a short statement, how do you see the job of the LDA? Brother Edwin.
Well, I always stress on this show. I talk about the other business people in our country. We need to triple the size of the security for business to be very functional in the country. You need AFTL to be times three. You need LMP to be times three. This was, I don't know what to get the hint from. This was it was an exquisite job by the LMP. You cannot, try to critique them. Well, I did a great job. That was a lot of drugs. I was gonna go through the country, and now we're gonna be blaming kids that are on them again instead of the rightful people that to be caught. So this was a good job. But for economy to prosper in the country, you need a very, very high security. That's why I always stress security before you can bring economy in the country. But great job. I don't have a lot to say about this.
Okay, that's fine. So Dr. Wallow, and then we'll give Brother Tatas um, the opportunity to. Dr. Wallow, what do you see on this press release?
Well, CEO, thank you. Labrador has a very fertile soil that put us at advantage of us growing our own food. We can grow a lot of rice. We can grow a lot of cocoa. We can grow a lot of palm. We can do a lot of good things with our soil that can allow us to export. Okay, not just feed ourselves, but export those, the excess of our production. Okay, at least let Labrador be known for that. Let Labrador be known for exporting, agriculture crops. Okay, I'm looking forward to this so-called rescue to at least turn their attention to Liberia being, a very productive country. Okay, with the fertile soil we have, we're not using any of that. Okay, but we are still playing around with the same old things we continue to struggle with, right? You look, my statement is not against the LDEA. Okay, my statement is this: during the President Weah administration, we saw drugs come in the country. There were one time, uh, there were 100 million United States dollar drug that was arrested during President Weah's time. It was coming in the country, and there was huge alarm. Liberians were concerned about that. 100 a drug worth 100 million United States dollars coming into Liberia. I mean, that was concerning. Now it's not coming. CEO, now it's not coming. President Walker's time, it's not coming anymore. We are not producing it for us now to ship it out. These drugs you are talking about, it was being shipped outside of Labrador. We were sending it out. Now Labrador wants to be now a distribution center. Is that something that is getting better? You won't tell me that it's getting better from it being imported to us now being a producer to ship out drugs? Okay, if the LDEA was doing a fantastic job, where was this drug manufactured? Where the drug came from? Liberia is a very small country. Very small country. Where was this drug manufactured? When you
All right.
when you
So
when you look when you look at the package, they did a beautiful job with packaging the stuff right in Liberia.
so
Liberia
Dr.
is no longer a transit point. Liberia is no longer importing. We are now becoming a producer and a distributor.
Yeah, but Dr.
Is
Wallo,
that something
we
that's
we
getting
we
better?
we'll come to that. We're
No, 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 no,
just
no. See,
we're
hold
just
on,
trying
hold
we're
on.
just trying to
But, but, but,
we're
but
just
no, no,
trying
but
to
yeah, but let get that
so
let
well
us be able to be factual on what the
yes,
situation is.
but
Okay, let's
the
be
question
factual on what
was
the situation is. This
what
situation is not getting better. That's my point. It's not getting better. Before it was coming, but now we are producing and sending it out. Is that anything that is getting better? No, it's not.
Dr. Wallo will come to some criticism too as well. But we're just speaking
I am
directly
I am
towards
not
the release.
criticizing CEO. I am not criticizing. I am only addressing the nature of
Sure,
the problem.
sure.
Okay, this thing has exacerbated to an extent of us not. We are not importing anymore. We are now producing, packaging,
Okay.
and not
All right.
distributing.
All right.
Is that a problem that is being resolved? You want to tell me that that's a problem that is being handled? Is that
Okay.
what we're saying?
So
No, it has gotten
with
worse.
that, Dr. Wallo,
It has gotten worse on a United Party.
Dr. Wallo, I think from the LDA press release, they said it's an ongoing investigation, and the person who
Yo, I am
took
not
the
even
drugs. I'm coming.
responding. I am
I'm
not even
coming.
responding to the LDEA. I am
I
saying
understand.
to you,
Yes.
this issue, it only indicates that the problem is getting worse.
Yes. It's getting
If you
bigger.
don't see
But
it that way, that's fine. But that's how I see it.
I understand. Let's give Brother Titus some time here. Brother Titus, based on the press release from the LDA, what would be some of your takeaway from the release?
Yeah, I do think they they did a fantastic job by apprehending the cocaine. And I just wanted to touch base with what Dr. Wallo was saying. And when we come to these conversations, we should come. I know it can be political sometimes, but certain things cannot be politicized. Because if there's drugs in the country, it doesn't only target or United Party partisan, ANC partisan, or seditions. There are some
Exactly.
things that affects the country from a holistic standpoint. So if there are strides being made to have this thing curtailed, we should give or prep to where prep is due. Is that the water really suggesting that the 100 million worth of cocaine that landed into Liberia during CDC or regime, Liberia was the final destination? Do we have the population to absorb 100 million United States dollar worth of cocaine? What kind of drugs you think our kids are taking? It's not cocaine. It's something far less than that, far cheaper than that, right? Liberia has always been used or will always try to be used as a transit point for these things. So for the security apparatus to have that ability, because there are a lot of things that probably those or people try to do to coerce them. Could be financial inducement, could be physical threats on their life and other stuff, because this is a whole syndicate. So it's deeper than just what that appears, right? So for them to look at all of these things and still come out and say, look, we're going to apprehend this and we're going to get to the root battle of this. These people are putting their lives, the lives of their family, their loved one on the line. You are playing with cartels. If you mess with somebody's money, they're gonna come after you hard. So these people, we should come to this conversation with some level of honesty and some level of humanity in us. These people are putting their lives on the line for us, standing in front of powerful people, people that supporting terrorism in parts of the world, people that are doing a whole lot of things. They are saying no, you cannot use our soil, you cannot use our facility to do this. And we're not just confiscating this, we are trying to get to the root bottom of it. We're going to get to other people to see wherever your network is, we're going to try to crash it down. That's why we're not just looking at where we stump our toe. We're not looking at exactly where we fell. We're looking at where we stubbed our toes. So we're just not trying to confiscate whatever that was on our soil. We're trying to get their sources in their network. It's a big thing. So if we come on this platform, we should be able to give the prep where it's due. For me, I feel like they did a fantastic job, and we should keep them in our prayers. Those that are prayerful, we should keep them in our prayers, the lives of their family, their loved one, because it's a difficult task to be in right now. On camera, telling we're gonna grab these people, and your face is there. It's not a joke. I really pray for them right now.
Okay.
Can I
Thank you,
make a
Brother
question?
Titus.
Wow,
So,
wow, wow, wow,
Can I
guys,
make a
wow,
question,
wow.
CEO?
uh, go ahead, Brother Water.
I think I'm being very honest with the conversation. This is not politics for me. This is my profession. This is what I do in the United States. Tadas, I work with people that are addicted to drugs for the past 16 years. That's what I do. So this is not politics for me. I know how hard it is for you to fight addiction. I know how hard it is for you to go after cartels. You think we have cartels in Liberia? You think we have cartels in Liberia? There's no cartel in Liberia. We don't have no cartel in Liberia. I'm talking about drug cartel. We don't have none in Liberia. We have people that are very corrupt. They want to use the Liberian youthful population to exploit Liberian youth. That's what we have.
So, Dr.
Hold
Water,
on, hold
quick
on. Let me
question.
finish. Let me
Quick
finish. Hold
question.
on.
Before you land, quick question. So you are suggesting that the 100 million worth of drugs that came in during CDC regime, its final destination was Liberia, or it was just it
But
just transited
that
there. It just
that's
transited there for onward transnational shipment. That's the point I'm trying to make.
yeah,
Because
but that is the other point
suggestion
that you
where
are neglecting though. The other point you are neglecting and that I am making is that before Liberia was a transit point, okay? The drug was transiting, it did not remain in Liberia. Now with the bus, it indicates that we are not producing.
No, there's
To
no indication
distribute.
that there's no
So,
indication that says
gentlemen,
that.
let
No,
me
there's
come
an
in.
No
indication.
indication
Let me
that says
come in.
that.
No, there
Tata
is an
Water.
indication. Listen to
Tata
the
There's no
Water.
video.
indication that says
Tata
that.
Water.
Listen to the video.
Tata Water.
There's no
Let,
indication that
Where,
says
let
where,
me.
where,
that.
where, where did the drug come from? Where it came from?
So, Tata Water.
We
Tell
are
the world.
exporting. Now they
Tata
were
Water.
trying.
Criminals are crafted people. They see loopholes. They see loopholes and they exploit them. They see the vulnerability and they
So,
exploit them.
so,
Hold on,
The way
my
you
brother
think they
Tadas.
think they
My brother
think faster
Tadas.
than you.
gentlemen.
My
So
brother
even
Tadas.
in the great United States
My
of
brother
America,
Tadas.
with
You think?
all
Let
the
me ask you.
technology and
Let me ask
everything,
you this. You think their drug problem is getting better?
Okay,
but
gentlemen. Gentlemen.
that was not a question he asked.
So, so,
That was
so,
not a question he asked.
Well, that's the
That
point.
wasn't
That's
the
the point
question he
I
asked.
am making.
so,
The
What
point
I'm
gentlemen.
I'm
telling you
making.
is
Look, let me
better.
tell you
Is
something.
better as
So,
compared to
okay,
time past. It's getting better. I can honestly
okay.
tell you, it's
So,
getting
so,
better.
Brother Titus
You're
and,
wrong.
Brother
You
Titus
are
and Tata Water.
100% wrong.
Tata Water. Tata Water. Okay, so what we'll do here is I want to satisfy your question and I want to satisfy uh, Brother Titus' question too as well. This is what we're gonna do. You're making three different statements here, and Brother Titus is saying that Liberia could be just a hub, but we are not producing drugs. But you are saying that we are producing and shipping. Now, like he was saying, I don't think it's factual to a point. It could be it came from another country through different means, through a ship, through road network or airport. You know, it just got there and was just there waiting for the appropriate time to be sent out, like what he was saying. So we don't know yet, and the officer said they are doing an investigation, and they will make sure these people are what are caught, but they are
CEO,
organized. So, but
CEO,
my point here is, I come into the water.
CEO.
We'll give you 30 seconds. We'll give you 30 seconds to wrap up your summary to what you want, Brother Tato to understand, and Brother Tato
Thank you.
also have the same time to
Thank you
respond
very
to
much.
what you're saying. Let's do 30
Thank
seconds,
you.
Tato Water, please.
That's why God will bless you with plenty of children. Thank you. Look, the immediate I think he was the immediate past LDEA boss. When you listen to his video, he was called at I think the House of Representatives for a hearing, and he said in his statement that this drug issue that we are talking about, the executive branch of government, I'm quoting him. He said the executive branch of government is involved in this drug issue. There are people that are making money. Drug is a fast money making thing. The executive branch is involved in this drug issue. So fighting drugs in Liberia is not an easy thing because the executive is involved in it. The pharmacy and the LDEA boss, after 3 days of that statement, he was fired. After 3 days of that statement, he was fired. I can find a video and send that video to you.
Okay, so Tato Water,
Okay.
yeah, your
So,
30
so the point,
seconds.
hold on. So the point I'm making here is that, as I indicated previously, that my statement is not against the LDEA. My statement is that the issue, this problem of drugs is not getting better. It's getting worse. From this recent burst, it's an indication to me that this problem is getting worse. We used to be transiting, but now we are exporting, producing and exporting. That is a problem that is getting worse and not getting better.
Okay, thank you. So, Brother Titus, you have 30 seconds to 45 seconds to respond to Dr. Waller.
Give me 2 minutes, give me 45 seconds, no problem. But yes, again, Dr. Wallow, drug crimes always find ways and means into power. That's the honest truth. Even in the great United States of America and every other countries in the world, people in high places use their offices to protect these people. All right. So this is now a unique thing to Liberia. And what Mr. Did, I think he was the deputy to Mr. Swat. He did say that people in the legislature, people in the judiciary, people in the executives, they are all into the drug thing. And you can take his statement on that, but there's some truth into that. People in higher places are in connection with these people because they think it's just an investment thing. I'm not going to take 10, 15 million or worth of investment to a place where I know I don't have the power to navigate my way. So it just is that's it. But do the leaders, the people that cause the shot, do they have the willpower to say, regardless of what's happening, we're not going to let this pass? We've seen that fight in this current administration. That's why we are saying so. We there are witnesses in the system. Corrupt people are in the system trying to compromise the system. And I will speak from an IT standpoint. We always say the system is just as good as the people that operate it. If you have corrupt people in the system, they're going to try to corrupt the system. So what
Yep.
do? You put guardrails in there to kind of curtail it. It ain't mean that it's going to be completely alleviated. These people put money into these things and they try to connive with people in higher places to protect their assets. They go to bed and said, these are their investment. So they will find ways to protect it. It happens all over the world, and Liberia is now a unique situation. So yes, there are bad people in the system trying to. You think there weren't calls made to get anything swept under the rug? There were calls made, right? But apparently, the leader that we have in power now has the balls to say, you know what, this not going to pass. Y'all take it through the investigation, and wherever it comes from, we have to get it. So we gotta erect this checkpoint and state it as clear is. That's the
Okay.
fact.
Thank you, brother Tatas. Edwin, I know you wanted to say something earlier. Um, Anything you want to say before we go to the next questions?
My thing is, why I agree with the current situation and I commended the Liberian National Police. I also agree with that the 100%. We're on here. You can't solve problem without getting to the root of anything. So you have to go and seek where these things originating from. To be frank, as poor as our country is, we are vulnerable to a lot of stuff. Like what we were talking about the Guinea War situation, we're very vulnerable to a lot of things. It could be drugs, it could be passage of arms or whatever. Because when people are so desperate and hungry, and our own government can provide things for them, anything can happen in Liberia. To be frank with you, like Tata just said, anything is possible in Liberia based on your economics that is going on in our country. Anything is possible. Today is drugs. It could be something else. But it could be
Okay.
smuggling something else through your country because Liberia is very susceptible to these things. Because
Okay.
we don't have an organized system.
All right. So, gentlemen, let's go to the next question here, and then we'll take it around again. All right. I think brother
I
Tatas
wanted to
made
I
it.
wanted to say in that
Brother,
video though,
which
because
one?
it,
The
it
one?
was not even it was not his deputy Tadas, it was Mr. Swat himself. Mika press briefing. He himself said it. It was not his deputy, and
Okay.
then he lost his
So
job.
so he didn't lose his job because of that. So these are false narrative who try to portray. He lost his job because they were they were very ineffective. This is somebody who worked there before, and my cousin used to be the chief accountant over there, and I know how effective he worked before. But when he came back, he was very ineffective. The LDEA performed dismally under his regime and something. So he didn't lose a job because of that statement. And
Okay,
whatever
so
he
so
said,
the man went to the place all along until he didn't get fired, but he made a statement. Then he
no,
got fired, and then he said he
whatever
didn't
he
lose his job because
said,
of the statement.
whatever he
I'm blaming
said,
you, man.
whatever he said is true to the great United States of America that we live in, is true to all countries in the world. crime always find their way to higher
The
ups
higher
because
level.
their where is protected.
Yeah. All right. So, gentlemen, so the next point here. Look, this is serious issue, and the reason why I said the LDEA should be saluted because of the fact that it was arrested. Okay, it didn't make a way to the plane. Now, Liberia, we have already been constrained with travels, airlines. We have minimal airlines, international airlines that go to Liberia, Brussels, Air Morocco, what's the other airline from Africa? So these
Kenya.
airlines, yeah, Kenya Airline or Airways. Now, look, that could have been a big blow to Liberia. Okay, that would have affected us by air travel. If you, if that drug was going to get on Air Brussels, that would have been a big disgrace to the nation. That would have affected travel, by the airline. Maybe other airlines would have rethink and said, "You know what? If this happens to Air Brussels, we are not taking our plane or risking our flight attendants or just our national plane to Liberia." And that's one thing I said. That's why I said I salute the LDEA for that, because that would have been a massive blow to
But why you not
Liberia.
saluting the people that work at the airport?
But
They play what they do at
every
CSEC.
one of them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
The
mention
airport
them.
security.
You mentioned LDA,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
mention
So
them.
airport security. Yeah, you're right. Airport security. Look, those guys did extremely. The job was done very, very well. Okay, they have saved us a shame that would have led to us being really, really disgraced. Now, don't get me wrong. We do not have the equipment, the material, the technology to be able to detect, okay, drugs, okay, on a large scale or even on a minimal scale. But if we do community surveillance, community interaction, we can find out where these drugs are being manufactured or where it's coming from. But we will have to build a good rapport with our community. We don't have to pull a helicopter in the air and see what's happening in the jungle. But once we have good relationship with our community, our people will start talking. Okay? Now, investing into the technology, I don't know if Liberia has the money to do so, or to buy all those materials to have them well equipped. And we should be very strategic. Our borders are open. What do we have there protecting us or protecting drugs from entering into the country? Let Tata say that. What are you saying? These guys make sure they go to a higher level where tomorrow somebody who is at a higher level of branch of government can call the LDA tomorrow and say, "Look, you know what happened? Drop that case now." It will be dropped. It will be dropped. So the thing is
Now
here
you
is
see that's why I love you. You are a smart young man, right? The reason I see the Musa Belete tape is because of what Musa Belete said. Now, if you follow this story, okay, even though we have not come there yet, but if you follow this story, why are they withholding the names of the people?
yes,
The people
but
in
that's where we're coming now. That's where we're
the
coming.
people that they suspect, right?
Okay.
Why are they
Tadawala.
hiding those names? One second,
Tadawala.
One second.
So,
One second.
wait. You
Hold on
bring
one
it
second.
back
Let me get my
to-
statement.
Taras,
You bring it
you
back
respond
in
to
the
his question, Taras. You respond,
Yeah,
okay?
don't
Let
do
me ask a
that. Don't do
question.
that.
Let me
Don't
ask
do
a
that.
question. You respond, Taras, to the question. Taras, what's your question?
Okay, I want to know what I shouldn't do.
Go ahead, Taras. Ask a
Because
question.
are you saying that Billy did not know Peach was doing and dealing drugs? Did he report Peach to the police, to the LDEA then?
No,
Or
the point
because
that is
he
the
who
point.
listen,
The point
listen,
is this.
his
The
son,
point is this.
you
Here's the
should
point.
he shouldn't be.
Yeah, but
He
yeah, yeah,
shouldn't be
yeah,
the.
yes, yes,
He
the
shouldn't
point.
be the
Yes, the
reference. He
point.
shouldn't be the reference or integrity when it comes to the issue because he been knowing his son was using and dealing drugs. His son had a beach in on the ELW road that called it Miami Beach. There where they used to be doing all the kind of bad stuff. He been knowing that. He been knowing that. He did not say nothing until he was apprehended. So
Yeah.
he cannot be used as the voice of reasoning when it comes to the
No, no,
issue.
no, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, the point. The reason I cited him, Tata, is that I am not saying that for his son being arrested for what he's doing is bad. What I'm saying is he is a low man. They are okay to arrest a man like that and publish his name. How about that musician that only had marijuana with him? They arrest him and boom, within few minutes, his name was on the internet. What is different about this case?
So can I come
Why
in?
this case should be different?
Can I
All
come
right.
in with a
Yeah.
difference?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Brother
It's
Titus.
rhetorical. I'm not asking for you to answer me.
No, but I
Okay,
was still
it's not a
answering a
question to
rhetorical
you.
But Tata, what are
question.
you
I
Yes,
want to
asking
but let
answer
me
question?
it.
finish. Then you
Tata Walla,
can
you
watch my
asking
call.
question.
Why this case is different?
Yeah, I'll
You
answer
asking
it.
question.
No, I'm not asking you. Why the case is different? Tell us
All
why
right,
the case is different.
gentlemen,
Okay,
gentlemen,
why are they
brother Edwin.
withholding the names of the people they suspect as people of interest?
Okay.
Right?
So,
No,
Wallow.
so,
no,
gentlemen,
it just indicate
one second,
it
one
just
Wallow.
second,
indicate
please. Tata
what
Walla,
what
Tata
Mr.
Walla,
Swat said before that
Tata Walla,
Wallow.
powerful people in the
Tata
executive
Walla,
branch of government are involved in the
Tata
drug
Walla,
thing.
Tata Walla. One
Okay,
question.
so no,
Tata's wait.
Can we?
I
One
I
second.
just don't want us to be
One
fooled
second.
by what people
Tata
are
Walla,
displaying. Oh,
Tata Walla,
there were one point
Tata
some
Walla,
more million that drugs found or arrested and
Tata
whatnot.
Walla.
We shouldn't be fooled by that. We are too intelligent for us to be
Okay.
fooled by that kind of
All right.
stuff.
Hold on one second. Titus, your response. Brother Edwin will be leaving soon. He have some engagement to go to. So let's give Brother Edwin an opportunity if he want to say something or want to do a closing statement. Then we can continue. All right. Brother Edwin, you want to make some? You want to make a statement or you want to just do your closing statement?
Well, I'm gonna just wrap up. I have a 6 p.m. engagement.
Okay.
My time here, Central Time. Again, all of these issues are very important. So far, I don't think we are disagreeing. So far, we have a little bit of hiccup, Dr. Wallow and Tyler going back and forth trying to extract the truth and stuff. But we all do agree so far what is going on with the country as far as with the road construction. And the drug thing, you can take the dollar water route and try to extract the origin of the main thing, or we can just congratulate the people who can take it because all three of us, Titus, Brian, I will on it step by step. Okay, they did this, so we're just gonna congratulate them and applaud them so they can do better job in the future. You know what I mean? We don't know all the intricacies that went on behind the scene for them to be able to even capture these drugs. So, but all the same, the drug did not leave. They claim victory. The drugs were seized, so that's a good thing. And at the same time, we can also go to the root of the problem and see why is drugs in Liberia in the first place. Where is it coming from? What's the link? Is it linked to a government official? Who's making it to come in? What is the route? We can take the data water route, but we do agree all the same. But again, wonderful show. Always excited. My man Tyler, man, what you doing, bro? You need to come on every time. I let her go back and forth with you. Why you just show up when you feel like something? You need to come up, bro. You need it. This is a service thing. We're all not getting paid. We need to get a service in Liberia. The show is growing. So we need you. We need minds. I always speak about minds. I'm not afraid of minds. I need better minds. So please show up all the time. Well, I appreciate you guys. I have to run. You know what I mean?
All right.
So
All right,
I
brother
ready
Edwin.
you guys. You guys have a good one.
All right, man. Enjoy.
Peace
I
out,
will
man.
call you later.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. So now we'll finish the answer today and the question today. Brother Titus, that I want to ask a question and I want you to answer the question. So he said he wasn't asking you though, but I know
I
he
answered
asked
it,
a
man.
question.
I answered that, man. Any
Well,
question? I answered
you
that, man.
asked
Any
a
question?
question. You did ask a question, sir. So we'll let Titus take the the time to answer that question. You want to respond to the question, Brother Tadas?
Sure, Dr. Wallow, I'm very, very much certain, and I, I share similar view as yourself that people in the hurricane try to neutralize the situation. I'm 100% certain of that because that's the nature of crime, right? But for it to get to this point that is in the public glare, the power that be, maybe wherever that call originated from, there was another call more powerful than that call for it to get to this point. And
Yep.
we should discuss it and we
That
should be able
insinuation.
to. It's a fact. It's a fact. It could have
What?
gone. It could have gone. It could have gone without any traceability because the syndicate, the transition path was already laid off. The communication came in. The communication came in. This package was due to leave the country on the 12th of June. When they got the tape off to show that they have people inside, LDA had the tape off that this thing's supposed to leave the country on the 12th, right? There is some compromise within LDA because somebody signaled the people and said, look, they have the tape out that this thing's supposed to leave on the 12th. So whatever we can do to get it out in the soonest possible time, let's try to do it. That's how they try to move it on the 8th. But because of that intel that the LDA had, they had already put some checkpoints in place over there, some security posture over there. That's the reason why it was caught. The system is not void of issues and all the kind of things. I'm not saying it's a perfect system. All these people that probably call this job, some of them their annual salary is not even more than $2,000. They could have there were some cash inducement given to them, but these people stood their ground. They stood for their country. They stood for their generation to come, and they did what they did. These people are heroes, right? So let's congratulate them. Let's accept the fact that we are doing this. Even in the great United States of America here, these criminals find all kind of crafty way to move drugs, to move drugs. So we cannot let's not be too high on Liberia. The system, the system, the system has its own problem, but we should give prep to where prep is due, and we should criticize to where criticism is due. That's my honest
Okay.
opinion on
10,
it.
Thank you.
10 seconds,
So,
CEO. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I promise you. My brother Tadas, I am not criticizing you, the CEO of Edwin, for extending congratulations to the LDEA. Again, I said my statement is not directed at the LDEA. My statement is with the problem we have, the problem of drugs we have. That is what
But
my
the
statement
problem is
is.
not unique to Liberia. The problem is
No,
not
but
unique to Liberia.
we are speaking specifically about the issue in Liberia.
No, but then see,
No,
sometimes when you want to say a situation is
hold on
bad, you
now.
compare it to other
Hold on.
situations.
Hold on.
You cannot get. So why are you comparing Labrador when you say the situation is bad? Why are you comparing why you what so you it got to be comparative. So why are you
No.
comparing it?
I'm comparing I'm comparing the problem before and the problem now. That's what I'm comparing. I'm not comparing Labrador to any other country. I'm comparing the problem before and the problem now. Now, if you tell me that Pastor Wallow, you are doing a bad job at this, I think I can do it better than you. And then
okay,
when you are given an opportunity to do it, you should do it better than me. And if
So
you don't do
gentlemen,
it better than
what's
me,
the comparison here that I want to
gentlemen.
the other people have 100 million worth of drugs and they adjudicated the case and they said that the people weren't guilty, right? And
is the problem getting better?
the drug
Tadas,
just
is
sued
the
for
problem
them or
getting
whatever
better?
and it came, right?
Tadas, is the
Now,
problem getting better?
listen, it is getting better. It is getting
All
better.
right,
So,
gentlemen.
and you see, one second, Joseph. One second, Joseph. You see, when we get into these things, when we get into this conversation with a lot of sentiment and emotion, law is not sentimental and it's not based on emotion. It's based on facts. So you have to cross your eyes and dot your cross your T's and dot your I's to be able to win cases. The reason
CEO,
why
like
the
said, I
one
sent
second,
you
one
Mr.
second.
Scott video.
The
Can you
reason
play it?
why the reason why like bro could not even prosecute people that brought 100 million worth of drugs in the country in that case just went like that was because the legal side of things weren't done properly. So these people are saying, look, this is the situation. We're gonna do these things. We're gonna collaborate with other people to actually get the facts. So when whoever that we get and we take them to the court of law, we can be able to apprehend them, and it's
Okay.
the right thing to do.
All right.
So it's
So
And,
thank you,
and,
thank you,
and,
brother
and for
Tyler.
that,
Tyler Waller.
I don't
Tyler Waller, one
criticize that.
second. 1 second,
Yeah,
guys.
I don't criticize that.
kind of what
I'm
Gentlemen.
saying
90
to
million
you,
and 100 million,
from
Gentlemen.
they are
my
not the same.
from my
90 million and
evaluation,
100 million are not the
I
same.
am
So
saying
if
to you,
somebody
from
was
my
breaking out to
evaluation,
do 100
the
million,
problem is
if
not better
somebody bringing
today
90
than
million,
it was yesterday. In
it's
All
fact,
right.
it's worse
71,
today than yesterday.
All
it's
right,
That's
gentlemen.
79
that's the
million less.
evaluation of the problem.
Gentlemen.
It's
Gentlemen. Gentlemen, please.
79 million
Please.
less worth of drugs
Please.
that hit La Brossard.
Gentlemen.
Can we say that?
Gentlemen. So
Look,
this is what we can do. This is what we can do.
can we say that
Brother,
it
Dr. Waller.
is even bad that we are
Dr.
now
Waller.
producing and actually transporting? It's
Gentlemen.
even worse.
All right, gentlemen, let's do this. Let's do this, right? We at 1 hour 47 minutes. We can discuss this next Sunday. All right? We can discuss it next
Please,
Sunday.
please, let's
in
continue with the
depth.
topic
Yeah.
next Sunday,
And
CEO,
then
please.
we'll invite Titus again. Let's do it next Sunday. But I just want to make this clear here, right? For the fact that these drugs were taken to the airport warehouse, right? It was organized. Okay? It was taken to the airport warehouse. And the person who took the drugs there was Emmanuel Zion, according to the report. Now, don't get me wrong. The LDA has the person name. I can bet you they can find this person anytime they want to find this person. But for those drugs to be organized and taken to the airport warehouse, it has to be an insider. It has to be somebody in higher authority. Okay? Because everything that go to the airport is scanned. It ran on a scanner. So for you to bypass China or everything, it has to come from the higher authority. Don't get me wrong. We can talk about other issues about drugs in Liberia. But for now, let's just call it the way it is now. Liberia is safe, right? Our aviation is safe right now because of the LDA work and the security apparatus at the airport. All right? The joint forces, they did an extremely good job. Now, the problem with drugs in Liberia, we can talk about it next time. We can talk about the issue about drugs in Liberia. Fine. That's a good thing to talk about. But for now, let's just, salute those people who saved Liberia at this point in time. Again, it's a wonderful show. I think we can just go through our closing statement. Maybe you want to wrap up something in it. That's fine. You want to take 2 minutes to give your statement, fine. 3 minutes, fine. But at this time, I think we should close the show, and then we can talk about this drugs issue in Liberia next Sunday. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let me
Okay.
let me go because Tara don't always don't want to go before me.
I can go, man.
He's a smart young man. He doesn't like
Tara
to go
stay
before
behind.
me. I can close. I think it was a fascinating show, and thanks CEO for the moderation. Taras, thank you for coming on. Let's do this for Liberia. Um, I appreciate the conversation, and to all of our Liberian people. Uh, Here is my question to you: is your life better today than 3 years ago? Is the Liberian economy better today than 3 years ago? Is the fight against drug addiction better today than 3 years ago? Is our education system better today than yesterday? Is electricity better today than 3 years ago? Is running water in your homes better today than 3 years ago? Is our economy producing jobs, more jobs today than 3 years ago? Is your life safer in your community today than 3 years ago? Is your living condition improved better today than 3 years ago? Is our healthcare system, healthcare delivery better today than 3 years ago? I think you get my point. I could go on and on and on, but that would be something you know to think about. People are voted into position of authority or influence for them to bring betterment to the country. And if the people that you voted for cannot deliver that, then you need to think about your life. You need to think about your children. You need to think about the next way forward. You don't reward them for doing a bad job. You vote them out of office. That's why we have elections. When people don't do better, you bring other people that can do it better. So that would be my closing tonight. And we need to think about that because what we are seeing happening in Liberia with the drug issue is happening in every sector. And it is only our votes can speak louder than anything we can say. And we depend on you, the Liberian people, for you to bring that judgment. If this administration is doing a better job, well, you vote them back. But if they are not doing it, don't wait until their turn ends. Speak up. Let them know that you disagree with the job they are doing because they are doing a shitty and a very poor job now. Thank you. Thank you, CEO.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Waller. So, Taras, let me go. You will close the show so you can, put your thoughts together. I know it's been a while. You haven't been here, so uh,
I
I
will
will just
roast
go.
that up today. That question that you asked,
I need that what you had said before. Okay. All right. So, gentlemen, I just want to take the time to say thank you for your commentary. And Brother Tatas, again, welcome again. Nice seeing you and nice hearing you. Um, you are a very important person when it comes to the show. You and Brother Sam. Your commentary has been very um, important to this media. And again, we need sound men like you and Brother Sam on at all time so that other young people can watch and transform themselves. Again, Dr. Ward, I want to say thank you for all you do on this show. And we can see how passionate you are about the country Liberia. And also to my brother Sergeant Montgomery, thanks for coming on today. We wish you well. And also to my brother Brian Sly and Edwin Poor as well. Liberia is the only country Liberians have. And again, we have from a government where the citizen choose their own leaders. At this point in time, the government should be for the people, by the people, and not the government, not the people for the government. Again, Liberians have been played by many political parties, including the present and the past, and many of them have not done a significant job to improve the lives of Liberians in Liberia, and also gave some rise or some benefit to Liberians abroad. Again, our healthcare system is not at where it's supposed to be. Now, our education system is poor, even though some of us have gotten a pretty good foundation during our time of high school and middle school in Liberia. But presently, our education system is depleting. Our healthcare system is not capable of providing quality health care for Liberians in our neighboring country. Again, this is a seriousness and serious business. We need more education. We need people to be transformed. Again, thank you. Have a wonderful, blessed Sunday. Brother Titus.
yeah, thank you very much. So, I'll begin my closure with a response to Dr. Wallow. He asked some significant questions, and I will use a powerful statement from one of America's greatest president, somebody that I've read deeply about, and he made a statement I think January 20th, 1961. that is John F. Kennedy, when he asked Americans to say what for forbidden, he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask." The question should be what? So I read it forbidden. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what can you do for your country.
Taras,
So
you are leaving on camera. Can you position yourself
this
so they can see you?
this you sing in all of the questions that the Wallo asks. Liberia's problem is always what can we as Liberian do for our country. Bulk of the people that comes as politicians, they want Liberia to do stuff for them. They want for Liberian to do stuff for them before they can do anything for Liberia. That's not the notion. We can all build a vibrant private sector. All of the problems that the water highlighted, these are processes. These problems are systemic. These problems will require time to be fixed. No president will come in today and fix them. So we all have to come together, build a vibrant private sector. Because if we build a vibrant private sector, the health facility will improve because government will have a lot of incomes, income taxes. If we build a vibrant private sector, a lot of people will be at work, crime will be reduced. If we build a vibrant private sector, people will be able to send their kids to good school. So all of these things boils down to us coming together as Liberians and looking at Liberia as our one patrimony and seeing how best we can give, not just into politics. We don't have to be president. We don't have to be representative before we go the extra mile. We should come there and build a system that works. Whatever way, if you are tailor, go and build a tailoring school. If you are like drug addict a person who counsel people with drug, go and build your facility over there and contribute to the society. Little by little, we'll be able to build a vibrant society, and we all will be able to thrive. Until then, no politician, they will all come and give you political rhetoric like Dr. Water was saying. All these things are catching questions. These are concerns. These are legitimate concerns of the everyday Liberian, but they don't have any feasible solution for it. Because if they had, they would be boots on the ground, building and networking with their counterparts to see how best they can build a vibrant private sector. Liberia's problem is moving more away from governmental aid and stuff, and going toward a vibrant private sector. So until we can do that, Dr. Waller, your questions are beautiful, but you're sad to say your presidential hopeful does not have the bandwidth to come and change Liberia overnight. It takes process, and it starts now. So please talk to him. Amakame people, he knows a lot of people. He built bridges when he was in corporate America. Please take some investment to Liberia. Let's put the people to work, and let's be able to better the people's life. And then we can come back with politics in 2028, and we will be able to say, okay, these are the things these people did. They help us build a vibrant private sector. They help us develop certain things so we can be able to vote and they are trusted. Until then, we are not listening to you guys.